after Dame had the slight edge in the players and media vote. Shannon, does Luka deserve to start over Dame here?
Skip, I thought when you look at the East and the West, the backcourt was the toughest position to decide on because you had Bradley Beal, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. In the West, you had Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, and Dame Lillard. When you look at the West, Skip, all those guys averaging about the same. Luka's 29.99, Steph Curry's like 37-6 or 37-5. Dame is 38-5. So they're very close. I put Dame in over Luka for the simple fact he's got him in the 4th seed, 15 games with no CJ, 16 games with no Nurkic. I put Steph in also because no Clay, and he's doing this without Wiseman. For the most part, Luka has had his now. Porzingis didn't start the season, but he's been in there for, like to say, the last 15 ball games. So, and because they're not they're what, 13th, 14th right now? Skip, I couldn't put him in over those guys, even though he's having an outstanding season. I just thought, considering Steph has his team in the 8th seed, Dame has his team in the 4th spot, Luka has his team, I think, 13th or 14th, and they're all about the same as far as points. Luka has the edge, obviously, in assists and rebounding, but I put Steph and Dame in as my starters. But I do believe Luka should be an all-star, but I don't think he should win it over Dame. But it just goes to show you the fans, if it's tied, the fans, because this is a fan event, so the fan had the final say, and they put Luka in as a starter.
I know you love Luka a lot more than I do. You call him Baby Bird. I call him Baby Sparrow. Shannon, this is a joke. This is offensive to me, and I'm not even a big Damian Lillard fan, but it's not even close between Damian and Luka. It's a shame that Damian would not start the All-Star game. I told you yesterday I have issues with Damian's clutchness in the postseason, but I have zero issues with his clutchness in the regular season because he is all-time, as we continue to see this year. And as you pointed out yesterday, that last 5 seconds in Chicago, I don't even know how he pulled that off. But he hit 2 big threes, the second one a walk-off. So the year he's having is extraordinary, as you point out, without CJ, without Nurkic. They are the surprise, pleasantly, of the league so far. They're 18-10, sitting in the 4 seed. I did not see that coming, nor did I see Dallas plummeting to 13-15, sitting in the 10th hole right now.
And Luka was the overwhelming favorite, Skip, for the MVP.
Runaway favorite for MVP. Here's my problem with this. Luka is the polar opposite of Damian right now. And I'm talking about a Luka who's been, speaking of polar, he's been as cold as the North Pole from the three-point line and from the free throw line. And if you just look at their numbers from the three-point line, it's 33.5% for Luka to 38.4% for Dame. This is from 3. So it's about 5 percentage points higher for Dame.
Right.
But it's more about when they take and make the threes because, again, all-time clutch regular season for Damian. If you look at Luka, last year during the regular season, he was 0 for 10 on last-minute shots with the game tied or you have a chance to go ahead, on go-ahead shots or shots to tie, I should say. So he was 0 for 10 in that category a year ago. He's already 0 for 3 in that category this year. We saw him miss the one the other night at the buzzer. It went in and out. It was a good look. He shot it pretty well, but he missed. So he's now a combined 0 for 13 on last-minute shots to tie or win over the last 2 seasons. That's easily the worst in the league, but not that easily because if you look at it, Andrew Wiggins is 1 of 12 in that situation, and Tim Hardaway Jr. on his own team is 1 of 10. Well, why do you think Dallas keeps losing close games? Because Luka over the last 2 years is 0 for 13 on last-second shots, last-minute shots, and Tim Hardaway is 1 for 10. Well, that's not going to work, obviously.
Exactly, Skip. You remember last year, Skip, they had one of the highest offensive ratings.
They did.
But they always lost the close ball games because of that. What you're talking about. No one could close it out, he or Tim Hardaway. Like I said, Skip, I put Dame in for the simple fact he has him in the 4 seed without 2 starters.
Okay.
I put Steph in because he's doing it without Clay. He did some of that because Draymond missed some time, and now Weissman is out, and he's still doing what he's doing.
Okay.
Luka, Skip, no, I get it, Skip. It's a fan event, so you can't. You let the fans decide who they really want to see, and the fans decided they'd rather see Luka in the starting lineup than Dame.
Okay.
But I believe, as Dame deserved to be a starter.
Okay, and when we get to my pet peeve, free throw shooting, because they are free. Luka's actually improved a little bit this year. He's all the way up to 79.5. But listen, Damian is money. He's 93.3% from the free throw line. So he ranks 6th in the league. Luka is 65th in the league in free throw shooting. So look at the three-point shooting, free throw shooting, and then we get to turnovers. Luka is leading the league in turnovers. Well, that's got to count somewhere, somehow. I know he's got the ball in his hands a lot, but when we're trying to pick nits here about who should start, well, it's not even close. And to your point, I know it belongs to the fans, but they tied in, Luka was number 2 in the fan vote and number 3 in the player and media vote. And yet Dame was number 2 players media, which I value more, and number 3 in the fan vote. So they're tied. Tiebreaker is fan votes. And guess what? Luka has about 500,000 more fan votes than Damian got.
But Skip, you remember the league thought they was going to have to intervene because they had Zaza Pachulia in one of the starting lineups until the final vote came out. So Alex Caruso was 10th in the backcourt voting, Skip, at one point in time. So, the fans get carried away with it. I think sometimes they do it. Well, let's see if we can get this guy that doesn't even play. Let's see if we can get him to be a starter. And the league thought they were going to have to intervene because Zaza Pachulia was going to be a starter in the All-Star game, and he wasn't. Skip, you remember they put Magic Johnson in the starting lineup, Skip? The fans voted Magic in back in, I think that was 92, and he ended up winning All-Star Game MVP in Orlando.
Yep. Look, I know Luka is the new sensation in the league. I know he is fun to watch. I know he's a triple-double waiting to happen. I know he can Euro step in the lane like nobody since Manu. I get all that. I know he's fun to watch, but is he any more fun than Damian is?
No.
Logo threes?
No.
Not to me. So I don't really understand why he's a runaway fan favorite over Damian. I don't know. It's a worldwide vote. I don't know if it's a, he's got the European vote.
He got the European.
Yeah.
He got the European vote.
Right.
But Skip, I still believe Dame played in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
I still believe that hurts him.
It probably does. I would agree. Well, he's then quietly having a great regular season to date.
Skip, he's playing unbelievable basketball. And like you said, Skip, he's we talk about Kyrie. How tall you think Dame is? What, 6 foot, 6'1"?
I think 6 feet.
Dude is spectacular.
Hey, he's been spectacular. Even the other night, he made a last-second shot that was not a logo 3 because he had Lonzo on him, who's like 6'6" at least. I think he's close to 6'7". And Lonzo played him to shoot a logo 3, and he just blew right by him. And then Lonzo caught up, and Dame plays so strong below the rim that he was able to just body Lonzo out of the way and get the and-one.
Right.
He is right in the thick of the MVP race right now, depending on how this plays out. Our man Chris Haynes made that strong point yesterday on the show, and I'm not writing him off. We still got a long ways to go, but he deserves to be a starter in the All-Star game.
And that's what makes Dame so dangerous, Skip, is that he can pull up from the logo.
Yep.
And like it's nothing. I mean, basically, once he crossed half court, he and Steph Curry are the guys that once he crossed half court, you got to guard him.
Yep.
Ain't no more Skip out there, man. He ain't go, I'll pick him up at the top of the key. I'll pick him up at the three-point line.
No.
You better not, because they'll walk right into a 3 from 30 feet, 35 feet, and splash it on you.
And he shoots it effortlessly. It's not like he has to push it.
No,
Yeah.
But Skip, think about this. You said Dame is 6th in the NBA in free throw percentage, shooting 93%. It's showing you just how good these guys are getting. I think Seth Curry might be like 97, 98% because he only missed 1 free throw.
Yep.
That's crazy.
But the guys are so good now at shooting the ball, Skip. This is ridiculous.
Yep.
You guys talked about his height. He's listed at 6'2", so, you know, you were spot on.
He's 6'1".
That's a generous 6'2", in your opinion, Skip. I just want
Dave, how tall are you? Hit me up.
He deserves. Oh, and also, I think he's fueled by all this. You know Dame is listening, right, guys?
Yes.
Something to keep in mind. Should LeBron be concerned about last night's loss to the Nets? Chris Broussard will join us. Let's figure this one all out together. Stay with us.
No mercy, no mercy.